Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. This is episode 130 of the American Reveille Podcast, and on this episode, we're going to talk about Governor Gavin Newsom of California and the recall he now most definitely faces. And we're going to look at it from a different perspective. We've done episodes before talking about Caitlyn Jenner running. We've done episodes before talking crap about Gavin Newsom. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to come to a very odd conclusion that I kind of want to share with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about. You know that I'm a little more forgiving than some other folks on the right. At the same time, I do hold my values near and dear to my heart, but maybe, just maybe Caitlyn Jenner is the in-between that we're looking for, the missing link, per se, that could bring California into the right side of this union, if you know what I mean. They'll never be a red state. You know, California will never be a deep red state per se, but maybe a pink state, right? Maybe enough people have seen the hate and the hell that's been going on. They're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that includes, you know, previous or current left-leaning folks that are beginning at the early stages, but beginning to rise up and speak out and say, hey, enough is enough. All right. So we're going to look at some of those dynamics. We're going to go through some of these articles. We're going to talk about all of this next on episode 130 of the American Reveille Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here. How you guys doing? Episode 130 of the American Reveille Podcast. As you heard, we're going to be talking about the recall election that's going to be coming up in California. I want to talk a little bit first about where we've been, what we've been doing. I know we didn't put much out this weekend in term of in regard to podcasts, but that's because we're backstage, behind scenes, rebuilding and reinvigorating our writing team, coming up with a new way to put bloggers out there, put writers out there, get that conservative voice, that libertarian voice, that right side voice out there in many different ways through our platform, through the American Reveille LLC. So we're kind of creating this new way we're going to approach our writing and articles. We're recruiting more people. We've got new writers in the works. There's been some fantastic new articles that have just dropped in the last 24 hours, folks. If you head to the AmericanReveille.com, www.AmericanReveille.com, don't be confused by my mouth. I spit out the wrong words. American Reveille, that's REVEILLE.com. You'll see right there on the top, the 2021 Oscar winners are those who didn't tune in. Fantastic article, doing well by our new writer, blogger, Sarah Connor. Reputation precedes her. Long resume. You'll be able to tell when you read the quality of writing. Below that, Chain Reactions, The Elites Will Never Let Us Breathe Again by Kinsley Kurtz, one of your favorites. Kinsley Kurtz is kicking butt. What a great series this has been, chronicling the Chauvin trial, chronicling all of the reactions, the different chain reactions that are happening with riots, with different police shootings, and where it's heading and where it's going. And this article was fantastic, just as the previous ones have been. So I recommend you head to AmericanReveille.com. Check out those new articles. Have a little faith. The new website's coming along. We're almost there. It's just as good as all the other guys. Dan Bongino, Daily Wire, all those sites, eat your heart out. We're going to be just as great as you guys. There's going to be a whole new way we get these articles out. Like I said, new people coming in. It's just going to keep getting more and more, keep getting better and better. So I appreciate you guys sticking with us so far. I appreciate you guys keeping the faith. If you want to know where to find what we've done in the previous weeks, if you wonder if the censorship is blocking you from seeing me, and trust me, it is in a lot of places. So many people, they lose me from their feed. I disappear. They can click the notification bell all day. They can click the subscribe button all day. YouTube unsubscribes them. People lose our stuff. It's the internet. It's the censorship. It's the big tech tyranny cracking down on the little guys that aren't quite there yet to be known by bazillions of people, but maybe thousands, tens of thousands of people who know what we do. That's who they're going after. All right. So the best thing you can do is head to the website, www.americanreveille.com, and hit the newsletter tab. Okay, folks. Or you can look in the description section below. We have everything there. Go to the description section below. Join our newsletter. I don't harass you guys. All right. Once a week, Sunday or Monday, I put out a newsletter. I let you know what's going on with the company, where we're going with our national development, so you can be a part of the American Reveille. All right. It's not just this podcast. We're growing an entire coalition. All right, guys, an entire unit that's going to consist of a bunch of podcasts, a bunch of writers, a bunch of bloggers, a bunch of different directions in which we can help affect change, affect the narrative from an entertainment and communication standpoint. All right. That is my realm. That is where we're going with this. All right, guys. So there's so many things for you to choose from. All right. There's so many ways for you to support. There's so many ways you can be a part of this. And like I said, if you just want to follow along and you want to know what has been going on, what we've put out in terms of podcasts, in terms of article, in terms of news, and where we're going with the people, this bootstrapped, this grassroots, this homegrown blue-collar organization that we've built from scratch, from dirt, from nothing, just from our own imaginations, folks. A little bit of heart, blood, tears, sweat, and willpower. All right, that's the American dream, isn't it, guys? That's what we're doing. All right. So join the newsletter. You'll see what we're doing. And more importantly, if none of that inspired you, got your goosebumps popping, right? Got your tail feathers ruffled, right? If that didn't do it for you, that's where I put out our contest information. All right. I give you the teasers here, but in a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, I've got some stuff back ordered, waiting for everything to get in. But I swear to you, within the next month or two, we've got this huge contest coming out. And there's going to be, listen, come here, get real close. Are you ready? Shh, get real close, real close. Can you hear me? $200 grand prize. Yep, I said it. $200 grand. I'm not talking coupons. My ass will send you a Visa gift card with $200 on it if you win the grand prize. You're going to take my badass stickers, right? My badass podcast stickers, my badass company stickers, and you're going to find an interesting place to stick them. Somewhere disruptive, somewhere visible, somewhere where lots of lefties, lots of righties, lots of everybody will see them. You're going to snap a picture of that bad boy, you're going to send it to me, and we're going to place that stuff right on the social media, baby. And whoever just has just whatever is going to be the best, right? We're going to have to put out regulations and rules for this that I'm drafting right now. But at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to me going, oh man, that's awesome, right? And however you make me go, oh, that's awesome, right? However you make me do that, that's how you're going to get your $200. Plain and simple, right? I'll put out more, guideline-ish thingies, right? I'll put out more rules of the road, regulations, right? Rules and regulations do apply, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll get it together. Don't worry. We'll make it legal. We'll make it kosher. I'll bring in the rabbi. All right. We'll get the pork out. We'll make it right. But at the end of the day, there's going to be $200 in your pocket, possibly. $50. That's a total of $150 altogether, though all three shouldn't be from the same person. So $50. All right, runner-up prizes. $200 grand prize, $50 runner-up prizes. More and more information is going to come out about that. But if you really, really want to keep in the loop and get the first heads up, because you're going to have to request it from me. I'm going to send you a very special letter. All right. And in that letter will contain these stickers. All right. But you're going to get a very special personal letter from the American Reveille. OK. And so you're going to have to get a hold of us somehow. So I highly recommend, highly recommend, go into the description section below. All right. Hit the button that says sign up for the newsletter. I'm not going to drive you crazy. Not going to harass you. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Trust me. Sign up for the newsletter. It's good for you. All right. It's like taking vitamin C and vitamin D and all the other vitamins. All right. Vitamin zinc, whatever the hell they take. Listen, guys, I told you about the really good articles. I told you about all the other stuff. All right. We've got a great show ahead for you. All right. You know what to do. You know you got to subscribe. You know you got to hit the notification bell. You know you've got to share and like. You know you've got to hit the 5-star rating button if you're on Apple Podcasts. You know all this stuff already. I don't got to tell you. All right? You're the American Reveille audience. You're the Patriots, guys. You know this already. I don't have to lecture you on it. I appreciate what you do to me. I appreciate what you do for me. Excuse me. I appreciate, it sounds like a song. I appreciate what you do to me, baby. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I could have just edited that out, but I love you. I wanted to make you laugh. All right. I just kept it in. I had a pause there. I'm like looking off into space, like, oh shit. I just said, okay, but I didn't cut it out because why not? I got that kind of, it's like midnight. I don't have that kind of time on my hands, guys. Read our stuff. It's awesome. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Do me a favor. All right. Tummy hurt. Got issues. Poop problems. No. Yes. Maybe. Intestinal issues. Gut issues. Gut biome issues. Need a cleanse. Need a cleanse that's not going to send your tuchus into nuclear hellfire. All right. Need a good cleanse, a solid cleanse, herbs. All right. Proprietary blend used for thousands of years. Toxins, getting them out of you. All that stuff, that waste, those pounds they say that collect in the colon, flushed. You like that sound effect? Flushed right out of you. All right. Right out of you. GetTheTea.com. GetTheTea.com. www.getthetea.com. This stuff is freaking awesome. I drink the hell out of it. It is fantastic. GetTheTea.com. Promo code James. Free shipping and handling. That is Life Change Tea. This stuff is called Life Change Tea. All right. Drink it on a daily basis. You don't have to. You can drink it a couple times a week. I like drinking it a little bit every day. All right. Hey, I'm Jewish. I got tummy problems. So this stuff's helpful. I like it. All right. I like it a lot. It's good. It's really good stuff. So check it out. GetTheTea.com. Promo code James. Free shipping and handling. Try yourself some Life Change Tea today. Stick around at the end of the show. I put a little 2-minute ad together. It's really good. It'll tell you all about Life Change Tea if you want a little more information. All right, guys. So GetTheTea.com. Promo code James. Free shipping and handling. I'm really excited about this product. I really am. It's good stuff. Try it out. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, California, what a freaking wacky place, huh? What a wackadoodle, backwards place. I lived in San Diego when I was in the Navy, right? I bounced at a couple different places. I was a bouncer at a place called, what was it called? Like the Trophy Lounge. Not the Trophy Lounge. What was it? The Study Lounge. I've worked at a different place called the Trophy something or another. It was in Florida. Like the Study Lounge was like this little... it was like a bar, right? But there wasn't like dance. There's kind of dancing, but not really. It was just kind of lower middle class, upper lower class, grungy folks trying to do each other. You know, it's a dive bar, right? It's a dive bar. But I mean, we would get like, it was in El Cajon, right? It was kind of out. So there's kind of Stixy areas, right? Like you get out of San Diego, but it's still kind of in the area, the county area, but you go further east, right? And you end up where everybody's got a big lifted pickup truck. So I'm there in my cowboy boots and I got my big yellow pickup truck and blah, 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 living in my 20s, doing my thing. And then it was like you drive 10 minutes in the other direction and everybody's just like, oh my God, global warming's terrible. And you're driving that truck. How could you drive that truck? I'm so happy Gavin Newsom's getting pulled out. I'm so happy they're going to do the special election. I really hope somebody defeats him. All right. I mean, he's, you know, the lizard from Monsters Inc. I always forget that. I've mentioned him like 1,000 times in this podcast and I can't remember his freaking name. I can't. And I'd look him up. I can look him up on Google right now, but it's going to mess my flow up. You know what? I am going to look him up because I'm that kind of guy. All right. I am that kind of guy where it's going to drive me absolutely freaking insane. Absolutely insane. Well, it wouldn't drive you insane if you were thinking of the name of a character from one of these movies and you had to do like a whole bunch of podcasts, a whole bunch of recordings, right? And then in the back of your mind the whole time, you're like, what the? And I just I just remembered his name's Randall Boggs. I remembered it before we even got there. All right. He's played by Steve Buscemi. I can't do a good Steve Buscemi impression. I can't do one. I wish I could. All right. I still have to work on some impressions I do pretty well. Not Steve Buscemi or John Goodman or Billy Crystal. I'm getting out of this because I can't do any of these impressions. But yeah, Gavin Newsom, he reminds me of Randall Boggs, the evil chameleon from Monsters, Inc. So somebody should basically throw him through a door, which he'll appear out of a trailer park and get beaten to death by a shovel. That's what happened to Randall. By the way, you know those movies are violent as hell, right? Think about it, right? Think about some of these Pixar movies. They're really like, when you go back as like an adult and really watch them, right? Or maybe just watch them for the first time as an adult. You go, man, these are for kids. There's so much dark stuff. Like when they catch Randall, right? When they catch the chameleon dude after he tried to kidnap a child and hook her to a machine that would literally hook to her face and suck screams out of her face. It would go and suck the screams from her head, right? That's very adult. Okay, well, they chase him, or they rescue the girl, the lizard, Randall, the lizard. He's chasing him. They finally get a hold of him. They catch him. There's a whole, I'm not going to fucking sit here. Well, there's my curse alert. First curse in. What are we, like 20 minutes in? I made it 20 minutes without cursing. I'm so proud of myself. Good job, James. Very good job. Good boy. No, but I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours and transcribe the entire Monsters, Inc. movie to you. Needless to say, all right, Sully, John Goodman, gets him by the throat. He says, "It's not going to bother you no more." And he throws him through one of these doors, and the doors act as like portals into the human world. And the door happens to be at what appears to be a trailer park lived in by, occupied by meth head grandmother or mother and pappy and grandbaby or whatever sort of rednecky thing is going on. But it's really like, it's not like nice double wide trailer park. I'm not trashing the trailer park. I'm talking about like really trailer parky. And they're like, "Ma, another alligator's in the house. Jimbo, give me the shovel." And then they go, "Whapa!" And they beat him to death. They beat Randall to death. That's how Monsters, Inc. ends, guys. And isn't that indicative of life? Isn't that life in general? You end up in Florida in a trailer park doing meth, and then an old redneck woman beats you with a shovel. Never mind. Listen, Governor Newsom, all I'm saying is that it'd be nice if someone hit him with a shovel. Just kidding. I am not telling you to do anything violent. I am not. Trust me, I'm really not. I'm not. He just sucks. Protest him all you want. Open your mouth. Write all kinds of bad shit about him. Gavin Newsom really is a POS. But, all right, refrain from fulfilling any primal instinctual urges, okay? Yeah, I know. It's real difficult with the lefties because, when you go into your basic animal sense, you feel like there's predators, like there's wolves amidst your children and your families, right? It really feels like there's enemies upon us. But in our modern system, we have to control those impulses, and we have to work the system in the way it has to be worked to get what we need to get done. Plain and simple, all right? It hasn't devolved to the point where we're worrying about physicality yet, all right? Is it getting bad in some place? Yes. I'm not taking that away, okay? Don't get, James Lane, he doesn't know. He talk a bunch, he sit there, he say, "Man, it's not bad. We don't want to defend ourselves. We can't defend ourselves. We got to do." No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't even know what I just said, but that's not what I'm saying, regardless of what it was that I just said, that I said. Listen, what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is that you, okay, you have to use your noggin before you start. Well, not start. I was saying start and stop at the same time, so I said starp. I saw, that's like yarp. That's the big bald guy from the what's that movie with the zombies, Zombieland, right? Yarp. Anyway, that was also little known fact, movie trivia. That was the guy that played the Hound in Game of Thrones. He was in the Zombieland movie. He worked at a convenience store. Was that? No, that wasn't Zombieland. What freaking world am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Hot Fuzz, the movie Hot Fuzz. Never mind. I'm in freaking space. Listen, I'm talking about the movie Hot Fuzz. All right. With that, those British actors. What's that guy's name? Sean something or whatever. The fat one and the skinny one. I don't know. But anyway, the guy from we got to get back to this. Gavin Newsom. We're going down rabbit holes here. All right. It's my podcast. I can go down rabbit holes. It's okay. The people that are here enjoy the rabbit holes. All right. But at the end of the day, we don't have enough mushrooms. We don't have enough caterpillars. We don't have enough chocolate gobstoppers, whatever, to stay in the rabbit hole. That's all I'm getting at. All right. I'm naming a bunch of random Narnia like fantasy crap. Listen, Newsom is almost certainly going to face a recall election later this year, after Secretary of State Shirley Weber announced Monday afternoon that the signature threshold had been reached. Have you hit the like button yet? Hit the like button. All right? Don't just hit it. Smash the like button, as other more popular and much richer podcasters say. California Governor Gavin Newsom, let this sink in, will almost certainly face a recall election later this year. Finally? Really? Will he? Is he going to? Really? Shirley Weber, Secretary of State of California? I've been hearing this. We've all been hearing this. Weeks and weeks and months and months and months and months. The recall's coming. Thousands, millions, 2 million signatures. And the verified signatures have been counted. Now it's time to pay, Gavin. Now it's time for you to answer for your crimes through our process, through our constitutional process. It's official. Signatures trigger recall election. I told you guys it's like 12:30. Trigger recall election for California Governor Gavin Newsom. This is Breitbart. All right. Breitbart News. Joel B. Pollock. I am full of freaking mouth typos this episode. Mouth typos. I'm going to trademark that. That needs to go on a website. Not a website, or like a t-shirt or a mouth typos. What could you do with mouth typos? Let me know in the comments section below. All the different merchandise and different things that we could write about that would stem from the word mouth typos. All right. In a statement, Weber said the following. California Secretary of State Dr. Shirley Ann Weber has announced that the threshold of verified signatures reported by counties has been met for the recall of Gavin Newsom. Governor Gavin Newsom, Mr. I'm going to wine and dine in Napa Valley while you're all suffering. Mr. We should get rid of all the cars. We should get rid of everything that helps poor people so that I can stay rich and powerful forever. And I happen to look like a lizard, and the chick that I thought liked me left me for Donald Trump Jr. I'm a loser. I hate myself. Sorry, I was imitating Gavin Newsom when he looks into the mirror, deep into the mirror, late at night, deep into his eyes, and he starts drifting off into dreamland and regrets ever stepping foot into politics, into the mess he's in right now. Oh, how will I ever get out? Oh, how, scream and shout. Whatever will I do? My name's Gavin Newsom, and I suck. Oh, boo-hoo. I just made that up. That's how much I am ridiculous. California Secretary of State Dr. Shirley Ann Weber has announced that the threshold of verified signatures reported by counties has been met for the second time. For the recall, for the second time that I've read it. All right, this is the first time it's happened. For the recall of Governor Gavin Newsom, the valid signatures in the 10th report are 1,626,042, which exceeds the total of 1,495,709. signatures required. Counties will have until April 29th to verify the validity of any remaining signatures. Quote, this now triggers the next phase of the recall process. And this is where it gets absolutely ridiculous, folks. All right. I want you to think about this. The next phase is a 30 business day period in which voters may submit written requests to the county registrars of voters to remove their names from the recall petition. So they put an announcement out and they go, you got 30 days. If any of you, like 2 million almost people, are like, I changed my mind, please grab your quill and your paper and write in. Really? How many people? Do you really think you're going to get that many people? Anyway, it's part of the process, but it gets funnier. It gets sillier. It gets stupider. It gets so much stupider. A recall election, all right? A recall election will be held unless a sufficient number of signatures are withdrawn. If after this period, the recall election still has a sufficient number of signatures, so if miraculously thousands and thousands and thousands of people don't all of a sudden say, hey, I don't want to be on that list. I like this douchebag. All right. I really love Gavin Newsom. He's warmed up to me. I think that I really would love to have rich douchebags rule my life while I have to wear masks and crawl around on my hands and knees while they surf on my back and take money out of my pocket and get to live on yachts and eat like $600 a slice pizza while I'm here working at freaking Amazon pissing in a bottle. In a bottle. Sorry, I'm not really working at Amazon, but stressful topic. Listen, guys. All right. It's ridiculous. If they don't withdraw, the Department of Finance then has 30 business days to then estimate the cost of the recall election. So then they have to sit around and go, how much do you think this shit's going to cost, dude? I don't know, man. I'm like $50,000. Well, maybe like 70. I don't know. It's much more complicated. They got to like write a budget out, and it's got to be a pain in the butt. Like, how do you budget a recall election? I think it's the second or third time it's happened in history of California, something like that. I believe Arnold won on a recall. That's something we'd have to look up and talk about later. Following that, all right. So we've got 2 of these 30-day periods. So now we know, right? Think about this right now. So now we know that the recall is going to happen. So now let's just say it starts at the beginning of May. So you have all of May plus a couple days, all right, in which voters may go, you know, I changed my mind. I like the douchebag. All right. That's very unlikely, but hey, then, all right, you've got all of June and some of July for the finance people to go, crap, we still got to do this. All right, get out the piece of paper. We got to figure out all the crap we got to buy and how much this stuff's going to cost. All right. And that's not even all. Then throughout July into August, we're probably even talking into September at that point, the Joint Legislative Budget Committee, all right, will then have 30 calendar days to review and comment on the estimates, all right, before the lieutenant governor sets the date for the recall election. So this literally might not even get decided till the end of the year. So it'll be 2022 already. And then they'll just, you know, what was he going to do? Push it out? When's he going to schedule it for? That's a whole other question. It's a whole other ballpark to go down, but it's a good question to ask. Newsom will be the second governor. There we go. There's the answer for you. The second governor in California's history to face a recall election, and on the 11th public official in the state of California to do so. All right. So Newsom really sucks. By the way, did you hear that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they had their wonderful, awesome, most amazing, the best governor in the United States. Every little boy wants to be just like him. Every girl wants to be with him. He is a man's macho man. What an awesome dude. Of course, I'm talking about Governor Andrew Cuomo, and of course, I'm lying to you. F that guy. But he got to lead a meeting with like all the governors today. Instead of the president, instead of the vice president, they chose as their proxy the most qualified, apparently in their opinion, the most qualified governor, Governor Andrew Cuomo. What a POS. Just like Gavin Newsom, just like Gretchen Whitmer. what a piece of crap. Gretchen Wilson, excuse me. This whole thing. Am I saying Gretchen Wilson? Am I thinking of, it's funny. I said Gretchen Whitmer at first, then I'm saying Gretchen Wilson. And now I'm thinking, do you remember, I'm a redneck woman. I ain't no high-tech broad. I got a something. I'll say, hey, y'all, and yee-haw. And I keep my Christmas lights on my front porch all year long. And I know all the words to every Tanya Tucker song. So here's to all my sisters out there keeping it country. Let me get a big hell yeah. Gretchen Wilson is an American country artist, made her debut in March 2004 with the Grammy Award-winning single Redneck Woman. Excuse me, that is literally the complete polar opposite from Sigourney Weaver's evil twin that somehow escaped from space prison and took over Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer. All right, so I'm so sorry to Gretchen Wilson for ever getting your names mixed up. My apologies, madame. My apologies. And my apologies to the audience for making you suffer through my insufferable fake singing voice. I say fake singing voice because my actual singing voice is angelic. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't even know if you could handle it. It is like an angel. It is when I sing, all right, when I sing, women cry. I'm just kidding. Am I kidding? I don't know. I'm just kidding until you agree, right? Listen, guys, listen. We have another issue that I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it on the right. And I'm a little more libertarian than some of my friends, but I'm a little more to the right of the right than some of my other libertarian friends out there. I look, and I don't even know if I'd call myself libertarian because I'm fiscally conservative, right? We don't even know what to label ourselves. We're in the full spectrum of the right. There's so many different people, right? There's some folks that are strict and stingent, just not ever going to budge pro-life. And I don't blame them. There's some people that are pro-choice in certain situations, right? There are some people that just want to mind their own business. The problem is we bicker over these issues and then we miss the big picture, right? So it's like, I'm going to argue with you over the legalization of marijuana. Meanwhile, the Democrats are taking over the country and turning it into a socialist hellhole. How about we fix the country and then we argue about this stuff, right? Like we can figure this out over a beer, can't we? Isn't there more pressing issues? We don't have a country, right? Like if we don't have a country, we have nothing to argue about. Like what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to do this? So when I talk about stuff like that, I try to tell people to keep an open mind. There's many different states, and in these states, there's all different types of cultures, lifestyles. A Republican in California is a very different Republican than a Republican in Texas. And that's a very different Republican than a Miami Republican, which is a very different Republican than a Louisiana Republican. All right. Hey, Miss Moses, Louisiana, excuse me. So, and I don't even mean to say Republican. It's just a force of habit. But anybody on the right, people that share our values, that want to see this country thrive, that want to see wokeism die and the American dream thrive, right? All of those people, we all have our little disagreements, but we never can get our stuff together enough to really push the left back long enough to stop them from recovering and coming back at us. So they're always hitting us hard. So at first, when I saw Caitlyn Jenner running, yeah, baby, when I saw Caitlyn Jenner running, all right, wanting to run, putting her name in the bag, putting her name in the hat, right, to run, his, her, whatever you want to say. I'm like I said, I'm more libertarian in that aspect. I don't give it serious. I'm going to be straight up with you. I know that I have real deep conservative brothers and sisters that watch this show, and I love you guys. I love you all, and I respect you. I respect you, and I respect your beliefs and your opinions. All right? I do. All right? But if Caitlyn Jenner wants to go be a woman, that's not my business. I don't care. And here's the difference. Here's why I don't care. Because Caitlyn Jenner isn't coming to my house, isn't messing with Hollywood and telling our kids that it's okay to go on hormone blockers. Caitlyn Jenner is advocating for all of this racism and craziness, right? So if Caitlyn Jenner is that bridge, it's that if she's that in between, right? Wouldn't you rather be acceptable of that and solve a problem that could destroy this entire country by being slightly bendable, slightly flexible in one aspect to not have to be bendable in another, right? If a transgender governor who doesn't believe in hormone blockers is the key to keeping our children safe until they're over 18 and decide to make their decisions about their sexuality and gender, right? Don't you think that that's better than having nobody, than having Gavin Newsom that's cool with putting your babies on freaking hormone blockers as they grow up with changing the identity and gender of children? I mean, wouldn't you rather? Hey, listen, all right? When Bruce Jenner decided that Bruce Jenner was no longer Bruce Jenner and was Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner went out and had his dick chopped off. All right. Hey, he's got the full Monty, the full shebang went. And now, so I'll call you a she. That doesn't affect my life, right? Does it really affect your life about Caitlyn Jenner? I don't know much about. I don't have much to. I know that the Kardashians are really, into not supporting him up close because of political differences. But, all right, Caitlyn Jenner, baby. Yeah, Caitlyn. Caitlyn has, and by the way, let me give credit where credit's due. I've watched a lot of Kyle Dunnigan skits, so I'm actually doing an impression of Kyle Dunnigan doing an impression. Is that right? Is that his name, Kyle Dunnigan? I think it's Kyle Dunnigan. Doing an impression of Caitlyn Jenner. So I'm doing an impression of somebody doing an impression. So if you hear it, it sounds a little similar. That's why. I don't want you to think I'm a plagiarist. I'm not like Joe Biden. Oh, listen. All right, listen. Think about what I'm saying. Just think about it. If you're a real hardcore conservative, even if you're really religious, right? I want you to think about strategy. I want you to think about chess. I want you to think about the eternal span of time that God lives in, that people and our histories exist in, that go far beyond our lifespans, right? I want you to think about how things get done and like if you're so strict and you're so by the book, you may be missing a way to win in the long run, right? You may not agree with certain lifestyles. You may not, and that's okay, right? You're entitled to believe what you believe. But if those people are the key to saving other people or saving our country or saving things and making them happen in a way that we can all live in a balanced, fair world, not an equitable world, screw equity, but an equal world where all of our freedoms extend to where somebody else's freedom begins and it ends there, to where we can all live our individual lives and just be happy, right? If Caitlyn Jenner just wants to be happy, right? Then why can't Caitlyn Jenner be happy? It's when somebody comes out and says, I'm this person, I just want to be happy, but I also want to take everybody else's happiness away and force your kids on hormone blockers and put it in your school system and shove it down your throat and make you all Marxist and take away your... Yeah, that's what we have a problem with. Think about that. So if somebody is an in-between and they're not, right? If they're in between this, if they're like the bridge, right? They're a transgender, they're part of the community. That's like a superpower. They're immune to the left, to the attacks. And then if they come in and push conservative agenda and they take care of our kids and make it so they won't be on blockers, come on, dum-dums. You're going to sacrifice our kids because of pride? Because, oh, I don't believe in that. You don't have to believe in it, but work together with us. Let's all work together for the right things, for our future, for our kids. And the little things we don't agree on, we can hash out later on when our country's not on fire. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this. If you're curious about Caitlyn Jenner, And that was me. I had to do some research. I was skeptical. I didn't. And I'm not saying I support Caitlyn now. I'm not. I'm still kind of confused. I'm still kind of wondering where things stand and if it's a good idea. But at the same time, I'm trying to open my mind to the possibility of this being the bridge that corrects California. If it gets us electoral votes, if it turns people red and we change the party, and we keep cleaning these idiots out, like Mitch McConnell. We get rid of these freaking rhinos and these lifetime freaking politicians, right? And we get better people in the ranks. Wouldn't you want more red? Wouldn't you want more red from sea to shining sea? I don't think Caitlyn Jenner is really that bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Maybe they won't win. Maybe they will. I don't know. But I did look this up. I dug this article up. All right. This is from Advocate. It is from the year 2016. She is Kate and I am not. Face to face with Jenner. It was some kind of interview, but they gave she gave kind of a key hint into the political views that would be pushed. Right. This is 4 years ago. All right. And I saw this. And I felt it would be important to put it forward to you. I know I talk a lot. I know I try to be funny. We go all around. I rile you up. I bring you in. But I think it's important to also, at the end of the day, get an important message across, kind of touch people, open that channel of communication that maybe you weren't seeing or hearing before, so that you could kind of digest some of this information that maybe you weren't receptive to, or maybe you just had no idea about, and then go, oh, I didn't see it like that before. Oh, I didn't realize that maybe it was a good idea. Maybe Caitlyn will do the right thing and set a precedent, right? And then Caitlyn will go bye-bye, and then we'll have good governors, right? Doing good policy in California, helping our kids. Who knows? That might be the result of this. All right. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't shoot our team in the foot. That's what we are. We're a team. Don't shoot the team in the foot just because you don't like one piece. It's like we're going for ice cream, right? And there's like 10 different flavors. And one of those flavors is rum raisin, right? And they're like, I don't like rum raisin. Raisins suck. I don't want ice cream. There's 9 other flavors. Go get the freaking Rocky Road. You don't like marshmallows? I don't like chunky stuff. I want marshmallows. I don't want mint chocolate chip. I don't want cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough. I don't want Oreo ice cream. I think this kid's a space alien, but no, kid. We got strawberry ice cream. We got sherbet. Eat the freaking ice cream. Stay away from the rum raisin if you don't like it. But we have to work together, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked my analogy. Apparently, I like my analogy. And Caitlyn Jenner likes Ted Cruz. Quote, I like Ted Cruz, she declares. I think he's very conservative and a great constitutionalist and a very articulate man. Yeah, I haven't endorsed him or anything like that. But I also think he's an evangelical Christian and probably one of the worst ones when it comes to the trans issues. Yeah, I get it. The Democrats are better when it comes to social issues. I understand that. So I support Republicans. Number one, Caitlyn Jenner makes a very good point here, folks. Pay attention. If we don't have a country, we don't have trans issues. Da-da-da-da. True. Duh. I'd love it if like 1 million people on the left would figure that one out. All right. We need a vibrant economy. We need jobs. I want every trans person to have a job. With 19 trillion in debt, it keeps going up. We're spending money we don't have. Eventually, it's going to end. All right. And I don't want to see that. Socialism did not build this country. Capitalism did. Free enterprise did. The people built it, and they need to be given the opportunity to build it back up. That's all I need to hear, guys. I really don't care what Caitlyn does in Caitlyn's personal life. And you shouldn't care either. Do you know what you should care about? You should care that Caitlyn Jenner is one of the most influential people in the world, is a multi-bazillionaire, hates socialism, and wants to protect your kids from trans stuff. That's what it seems like. It seems like, all right, it seems like, and from what I've heard, all right, It seems like, and from what I've heard, Caitlyn Jenner is not into that stuff unless they're 18 and up. All right? So you give me that. You give me the anti-socialism. You give me the jobs. Listen, LGBT people, they're people, right? So what if they don't believe the same stuff? So what if you have differences? All we're asking for, all I'm looking for is the equality so that we can all have our own freedom. All right. You don't put your shit in my face. I won't put my shit in your face. We all live our own lives. Kumbaya. Equality. Old school equality. Not this equity, socialist, Marxist, mumbo, jumbo garbage. Ladies and gentlemen, none of that whatsoever. Socialism didn't build that country. This is all I need to hear. Socialism didn't build this country. That's what Caitlyn Jenner believes. Who else is going to run? Right? Like if we look at the list and it's a bunch of schmoes, right? I like Grinnell. I really do like Grinnell. That's another option. I don't know which way to go. I think I know which way you'd like to go. Tell me what you think. I would love to hear what you think in the comment section below. All right. About who you think not only would do a better job. I mean, I know you would say maybe Grinnell would do a better job because of his political experience, but the sway and the immunity that Caitlyn Jenner would have would be tremendous. And if that power was used in the correct way, what mountains could be moved in the state of California? So tell me, what do you think are the pros and cons of Grinnell being the governor of California? And what do you think are the pros and cons of Caitlyn Jenner running California? You let me know in the comment section below. I'll tell the best one on our podcast at some point in the next week or so. I'll definitely be looking and I'll be responding in the comment section below as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching episode 130 of the American Reveille Podcast. I tried really hard to put this in a different way, to pose a different type of question, to do something different than all the other people are doing, so that if you stumbled across the nether, if you wandered into Narnia, if you crossed the bridge through the censorship wall and somehow came across my page, somehow came across my shadow banned content and got a little more educated from it and loved it. All right. I put it out there for you so that you could keep coming back for more. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe, follow along. Remember what I said. Subscribe to the newsletter. If you love what we're doing and you want to support us. All right. Remember, like I said, we're shadow banned everywhere. It's been hell. We got a lot of awesome marketing campaigns. That sticker contest I talked about, it's one of them. If you want to know more about that, you're going to have to get on that newsletter. But if you want to help us out, you can go below into the comment section, well, into the description section, or to our website, AmericanReveille.com, REVEILLE.com. And you can hit the support us tab and you can donate to our cause. All of it gets reinvested into the American Reveille Podcast and into the American Reveille LLC, so we can spread the message of entertainment, empowerment, and enlightenment across this great nation. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Get yourself that cleanse I talked about. It's great stuff. Life Change Tea. Get the tea.com. Get the tea.com. Get the tea.com. Promo code James. Free shipping and handling. Stick around for 2 minutes for that quick promo about Life Change Tea that I talked about. You're gonna love it. You're gonna want to order it. It tastes good. It makes you feel good. It cleans you out. And guys, I wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction. So folks, thank you so much for watching episode 130, and I will see you on episode 131. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here, and I want to tell you about Life Change Tea. That's right, Life Change Tea. I have a pack of it right here. Listen, as many of you know, I've been working really, really hard to get back in shape, okay? I was thinking lately, right? And you should probably be thinking about it too, with how crazy everything is, with how unstable the government seems, with all of these socialists, all of this leftist insanity. You would just call insanity. Who knows when the hell I'm gonna have to run, or when I'm gonna have to, I don't know, save my family from something. I don't know. So I was getting fatter and fatter and fatter, feeling crappier and crappier and crappier. My diet was junk. I started by cleaning up the diet. I've been working out more and more, but I was still bloated. I was still gassy. I was still feeling crappy. And I finally decided to pull out an old trick in the book. All right. Something that I used for for weight loss in the past. And I was thinking about a cleanse, right? Maybe take something that would help me evacuate my bowels a little bit, if you know what I mean. But you know, what I found was something different. I found Life Change Tea. All right, www.getthetea.com. I found this Life Change Tea, and instead of a 7-day or a 14-day cleanse, a 3-day cleanse, what they were offering was a daily tea, like a daily delicious iced tea, not some kind of weird hot tea or some kind of nasty tasting thing. No, this was a health supplement. All right, I started reading about it, and they were talking about all these herbs, these ancient herbs, right? Look at this: organic blessed thistle herb, malva leaf, organic marshmallow leaf. I didn't even know what the heck a marshmallow leaf was. Apparently, it's for anti-inflammatory and antioxidants and stuff. I looked some of this stuff up. It's crazy. Milk thistle extract that cleans your liver and kidneys. I mean, there's all these different things in here, but I was happy. I was attracted to it because it was all natural. It was put together in the U.S., right? Obviously, they've got to get spices from these very special places. Not spices, but you know, these special herbs. They got to get them from special places around the world, but it's all done here. It's packaged, put together, and blended accordingly right here in the USA. All right. And I tried it, and it was delicious. Look at this. I'm old school. I fill a jug. You see this big jug right here? And for those listening over there on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and everything like that, I'm holding this big gallon jug that used to be full of water. See those tea bags floating in the bottom there? This was full, guys. But I've been drinking it every day, twice a day, 8 ounces. Take a listen. Pour it in the glass. Oh yeah, that's not a sound effect. That's real. Look at this. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. And mabuhay to all my Filipino friends out there. I have the mint flavor. It's actually really good. I really like it. It's yummy. Look, this stuff's good. I can take that right now. I'm going to do 2 hours of podcast recording after this. It's not like me drinking that's going to send me running to the back. It's gentle. It's good stuff, all right? So it's got all these herbs. They cleanse you out. They make you regular again. They clean the toxins out of your system. They help you clean the extra waste that's been stored up in the colon, the stuff that's not healthy for you, not good for you. It keeps the bloat down. I don't feel so swollen. You know how you feel like swollen sometimes? Your fingers are... Yeah, you don't feel like that. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. So it's good stuff, guys. Listen, you have to go to getthetea.com, GETTHETEA.com, www.getthetea.com, www.getthetea.com. Promo code James, folks. Promo code James. That'll get you free shipping and handling. It's not expensive. It's good stuff, all right? It helps maintain your health. It cleanses your body from all kinds of toxins, all kinds of things that can cause colds and flus and different things like that. It keeps the bugs out real good. It helps your digestion, all right? Just like I've been saying, my bloats, I feel so much better, guys. I feel so much better. And just in this journey that I'm taking to get back in shape, I really feel like it's helping me immensely. It really is. I really think so. So try it out, guys. Life Change Tea. You just saw me drink a bunch of it. You just saw my almost empty jug. That's, by the way, like the 3rd jug. All right. That's not the first jug. Not the first jug at all. Trust me. It's good stuff, guys. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to thank me. All right. www.getthetea.com. www.getthetea.com. Get your Life Change Tea. Use the promo code James. Free shipping and handling. Thanks, guys.